Yeah. That said, like, share, please subscribe wherever you're watching or listening. Let's move on now. We're gonna talk a little, just preview a little bit. Jake Paul, Mike Tyson fight. As freak show as it gets, I will be gladly watching. I'm glad they were smart enough not to go head to head with the UFC 309. It's gonna be a Friday before that. They'll have the opportunity to watch. If you miss it on Friday, it's on Netflix. You can just pop on your Netflix, watch it in the morning, and your breakfast on Saturday morning, stuff like that. Going into this surprised me. This is the odds when we're recording this on Monday before the fight. Jake Paul is a minus 221 favorite. Mike Tyson is the underdog. First, before we get into picks, explain for the people that watch us why Mike Tyson is surprisingly still underdog, even though they've all seen the videos, when he's knocking people around and he looks unbelievably fit at his age. And for the people that saw the Roy Jones fight, he looked really good despite his age. Why is Jake Paul the favorite in this, surprisingly?
Because Jake Paul has been an active boxer who is under 30 years old. It's just that simple. Yep. Like Mike Tyson is 58 years old.
Yeah.
He should be the underdog. Mike Tyson is an old man who had an ulcer flare up and was pooping tar, according to the reports, and coughing up blood just a few months ago. This is not a man, no matter how good it looks on those videos, and especially now. Just like this, I haven't seen a lot of the pre-fight stuff, like the Netflix series, the behind the scenes thing. I haven't watched any of that yet, but I do remember when everybody was making a big deal of like the Instagram clips, and Tyson was doing his his peekaboo stance, and he's slamming on the pads, and Rafael Cordero's looks like he's about to explode taking a shot. I mean, those are heavily edited clips. It was like burst of 2 seconds of activity at a time. I'm sorry, that's not convincing to me. Like, anyone can look good in those little bursts of clips. If you have the right editing, you get the right take, it's very easy to make yourself look really good, especially if you're Mike Tyson and you're one of the most underrated technical fighters of all time. Yes, you're going to retain a lot of that. I've seen the guy with my own eyes shuffling around like that, just goofing off and showing people stuff. And it was amazing. Like the guy is scary. However, he is close to 60 years old.
Yeah, it's just you're dead on with the social media stuff. That said, I mean, he was in the fight with Roy Jones, and I thought he did look good. And this was Roy Jones.
Roy Jones was like 82. Like, I'm sorry, like,
but Roy Jones was at least active. He was old too. But
they were two old men. They were two old men who were slap fighting each other. And not the slap fighting that has taken over the world with every it's got more numbers than NASCAR and NHL combined or whatever. Not that slap fighting, but like old school, like playground slap fighting.
So then how do you see this going? What's your pick?
You from the hood, you know what that is, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, yeah.
I'm sorry, I wasn't listening. I was too busy saying whatever I was saying. My pick for this, Jake Paul. Like I hate to say it.
Decision? You think he actually gets a knockout? Like, how do you? I mean,
I'd say this: if he survives the first round, he probably gets a finish, because I think Tyson is going to come out with a head of steam in that first round, and when that head of steam is over with, it's over with. Like, and that's when it gets really ugly. Like if Paul can be on his bicycle for that first round. And just dance around and try to avoid really, really engaging. If he does that long enough, then he can start. The moment you see Tyson do the old man huff and puff. That's when it's time to remind him of his age and remind him. And then keep in mind, like the ulcer flare up, there's probably a lot of vulnerability to the body right now.
Maybe, yeah.
Yeah, you remember when Brock Lesnar came back after the diverticulitis and Overeem need his intestines out.
Yep.
I mean, don't be surprised if we see some tar leave the back of Tyson's shorts if he takes a body shot. Like this is an old man,
I think you're 1,000% right. That said, I'm actually going to go the other way. I'm going to pick Tyson. I'm going to pick Tyson mainly because I think his first round or 2 rounds of fury as a legendary fighter who we're seeing is a pretty freakish athlete, in great shape, motivated, hungry, can beat a guy who's had like 9 fights against like 5 older guys and a couple of low level boxers. Like, I think he just has so many tricks, legitimate tricks, not like Anderson Silva, Tyron Woodley, like, oh, they're strikers and they, done boxing. The
MMA angles. Yeah.
Yeah. Like, this is a legit guy who knows how to cut off a ring. He knows how to, like, I just feel like I can see it. I could just see him cornering him. He's going to set up some stuff and because he throws fast enough, like, just Jake isn't versed and experienced enough. As much as he's trained, it's just, like, we've seen those little funny videos on like YouTube and social media for years where you just have like this old guy boxer who looks like he's 60. He's in there with a training young kid and he just knows tricks and boom, boom, hits the body shot, the combos, knows how to cut off, step on a foot, those kind of weird, like those, like, you said it. You've seen him live. He can still, those movements.
He can still move around like that now.
Yeah, like I just feel like if Jake can, I agree. If Jake can get to the third, fourth round, whatever, yeah, it'll be different. But I just feel like the Fury is going to be too much. Like, because Mike Tyson's different. But we'll see. I'm excited. Yeah. I hope you watch because I hope you're right.
I will be watching. Like, I certainly hope you're right. Like, I really hope you're right because. Yeah. Good Lord. I mean, he'll be insufferable if he defeats Mike Tyson. Absolutely insufferable. And as a couple of guys who are climbing up there in age, let's get one from the old guys. Like, I got some gray in my beard, and for the gray in my beard says, yes, I want Tyson to win. So
yeah, if he gets a knockout too, insufferable, high levels of insufferable, even though it's like, you beat a guy that's like almost 60